the Leo and Danny show.
I passed it.
But getting back to the advent calendar, Leo would be cross-eyed, and you would just see a tuft of brunette hair around his crotch region. And then, like, when you get down to the lower end of the calendar, like, the girl would be, like, on her knees in the parking lot after Leo physically kicked her out of the open door and then sped off. You ever do that, Leo?
Dude, I've always been very nice to any hookup. I don't feel like that's the right. I don't know. I don't feel like I hate guys that do that, but that was a frat type mentality for sure. I never had that. I think ball players, to be honest, they weren't always the best. With chicks in general, any athlete in general, because you're always like worried about your sport and shit. So you can't be too much of a jerk because you don't want to ruin your chances to play on the field. And, if some girl's pissed off, that can ruin your chances. But at the frat, if some girl's pissed off, she can't tell your coach. You don't have a coach.
Hey, dude, I mean? I heard the complete opposite. When we were visiting our buddies, or not our buddies, but the kids who were in my fraternity that I used to be in for your video the other week, they said that there are just accusations of rape all across frat row now. And I think those accusations, I'm sure the behavior of frat guys, if anything, it's gotten better. If anything, guys are much less inclined to cross the line, even into creepiness now after Me Too. But because of what's happened, and because women now know they can send out a tweet, they can talk to a campus official, and that guys will get in real trouble for real or imagined offenses, women are reporting them left and right. I think that's what's happening right now. And I think it's probably happening in athletic circles and to pro athletes right now. But dude, like in the early 2000s and shit, I'm sure the stuff that went on in frat houses, in NFL locker rooms, and at NFL after parties was just fucking nuts.
I heard crazy stories when I was at UCLA. We worked out at the same time as the football team for like half an hour during weights. And I got to know a couple of the guys, and I heard some absolutely crazy stories about some of the football players and what they would do at parties, and the orgies and shit like that. And I feel like definitely now there's no way that shit's going on now. So it's gone. It's gone from the
I talked about this a little bit with the sex therapist who came in. That my problem when I went to college is my heroes were Led Zeppelin. And like Motley Crue, dude. And I would read their autobiographies and I would hear how Jimmy Page or fucking Keith Moon or Nikki Sixx was treating groupies. And I would think it was fucking hilarious because, I mean, it is kind of funny that they shoved a phone up a girl's twat and had her call her mom from that phone.
It was probably my mom.
It probably, to be fair, was Austin's mom. So... in that case, it's not that sad of a thing. But and I don't know if I've confessed this on this show before, when I was at UCLA, another book I'd read by another band guy, musician, was Anthony Kiedis' Scar Tissue. And in there, he tells plenty of stories about him treating girls like crap. But John Frusciante, their guitarist, was a phenom, was a child phenom. This is a kid who started practicing guitar when he was, 5 or 6. And he said he would practice for 16 hours a day. He had no social life, just played guitar all the time. So when he was asked to join the Red Hot Chili Peppers when he was 17, he had no healthy strategies for dealing with women. And all he knew about being a person was what he'd read in David Bowie autobiographies or biographies. So he did a thing. And I guess it got back to Anthony Kiedis that this was happening all the time. John Frusciante, when he was like 18, would fuck chicks in his trailer. And then the second he came, he'd get up, grab him by the wrist, drag him out of the trailer and throw him out onto the street and say, never fucking come back.
Holy shit.
My buddy Tim and I thought that was sort of hilarious. And there was a time that I, at UCLA, a girl came over and blew me at 6 a.m. She walked, I think, like a mile from her off-campus apartment, came and sucked my dick when I was coming out of like a coke high as the sun was rising. And after I came, I told her to get out and never come back.
Oh my God. What'd she say, dude?
She was pretty upset. And in retrospect, I understand why. It was pretty douchey, dude. Dude, that's the kind of shit that I would hear. I would hear when I was at UCLA the year and a half. That's the kind of stories I would hear. Like I was dating a girl and she had a friend who had like gone to some frat party and partied it up, and
I don't remember what frat. She said, don't have sex with any of the guys there. They kick you out right after they have sex with you.
It was probably
what if that was you? It might have been you.
No, my frat was a bunch of fucking pussycats other than me. But yeah, Leo, I want to make it clear that I'm not glorifying this, and I would never fucking ever do this today. And not just because of me too, but just because I've developed and I have a soul now, and I'm not an empty-headed 22-year-old alcoholic. But I looked this girl. I'm going to do it to you on your FaceTime that's set up over here. I looked her in the eye after I came, and I said, "Hey, leave now and never come back."
Holy shit!
I guess that's what Smeagol says to Gollum, actually, in The Lord of the Rings.
I wonder how that girl's doing now. I'm sure she's fine. She's probably married. She probably has a kid.
I think she's got a big tech job, actually. She's probably good. But yeah, that definitely was a low point for me, for sure.
Man.
And
I think
just trying to be honest about it.
You know, we have a lot of 18, 19-year-old listeners, and I think it's important for us to say that if you don't grow from 18 to when you're 30, then you're not a human being. I mean,
yeah,
the decisions that you're making at 18 and 19, that's not who you're going to be. It's not what you're all about. You're literally a little kid. Austin over there, dude, he's going to change a lot too. You know, he's not going to worry about.
I don't know. I think he's probably going to do the John Frusciante this weekend because I just told the story on the podcast.
Yeah, he needs to get it out of his system. Sometimes you know the things you do when you're 18 or 19, that's not something that anybody should be, you know, held against. And when they, you know, as you get older, as you become a normal human being with regular thinking patterns, you know what I mean? And there's obviously drugs and alcohol involved in everything you're doing when you're in college from 18 to 19. So
yeah,
you know,